this is Vikas Global Institutions, Jangareddy. Students, in yesterday class we have studied about eubacteria and archaebacteria, and today we will discuss about the remaining eubacteria like cyanobacteria. What is it? Cyanobacteria. And also in eubacteria there is two examples are present. In eubacteria there are two types of autotrophs are present. They are photosynthetic autotrophs. Photosynthetic autotrophs and chemosynthetic autotrophs. Chemosynthetic autotrophs. Photosynthetic autotrophs and chemosynthetic autotrophs. And these bacteria prepare food material by using of energy and CO2. Generally, the bacteria are prepared their own food material. Bacteria are some are parasite, but some are autotrophs. Which type of autotrophs? Photosynthetic autotrophs, photosynthetic heterotrophs, chemosynthetic autotrophs, and chemosynthetic heterotrophs. And liberally, this topic is in further classes. And just we will discuss about what is the photosynthetic autotrophs. Generally, bacteria can prepare food material by using of energy and CO2. Energy and CO2. The energy is taken from the sunlight, whereas the CO2 is taken from the atmospheric nitrogen or atmospheric carbon. Atmospheric CO2 నుంచి ఏం తీసుకుంటుంది? CO2 తీసుకుంటుంది. అలాగే ఎనర్జీ వచ్చేసి ఫ్రమ్ సన్లైట్ నుంచి తీసుకుంటుంది. కాబట్టి photosynthetic autotrophs are chlorobium and chromatium. Chlorobium and chromatium. Whereas chemosynthetic autotrophs, and this type of bacteria can obtaining the energy and CO2 from organic materials. Organic materials are dead and decaying plants are another type of organic materials, and these are the examples is most important. Examples is most important. What are the photosynthetic autotrophs? Chlorobium, chromatium. That's it. What are the chemosynthetic autotrophs? Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter. Nitrosomonas and also Nitrobacter. And these are the two types of eubacteria, which is photosynthetic autotroph and chemosynthetic autotrophs. And students, please leave that. And the next topic is cyanobacteria. It is also a eubacteria. Cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria, the characters of the cyanobacteria. And first one thing, who discovered bacteria? Bacteria was discovered by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered the bacteria, and the term bacteria was coined by Ehrenberg. Who was the scientist? The term bacteria, the name bacteria was coined by Ehrenberg. The term bacteria was coined by Ehrenberg. Whereas who discovered the bacteria? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered the bacteria. So in cyanobacteria there is some specific characters are present. Cyanobacteria, some specific characters are present. Now we will discuss about what are they. Generally these are mostly photosynthetic autotrophs. Cyanobacteria is also called as it is a blue green algae. blue-green algae. It is a photosynthetic autotrophs. Photosynthetic autotrophs. Already we know about what is the photosynthetic autotrophs. These bacteria obtaining the energy and CO2 from sunlight and atmospheric carbon. Hence these are called as photosynthetic autotrophs. And mostly these are aquatic or terrestrial. And these are present in which type of habits? Aquatic. Aquatic means these are in water. And terrestrial condition also, high temperature regions also. These are present in terrestrial and aquatic organisms. These are mostly unicellular, filamentous or colonial form. Colonial form means groups. Filamentous forms means some types of filaments. Or unicellular means single cell. So these type of cyanobacteria have maybe containing unicellular ayundachu. Filamentous are also called as colonial form. Colonial form. So now we will discuss about what is the unicellular. So this is the unicellular. Okay. And what is the filamentous? Filamentous means, so this is the filamentous. This is the filamentous. These are the filaments. Cyanobacteria may be filamentous or colonial or unicellular. This is the filamentous. And what is the colonial? Colonial means a group. So this is the colonial means group of bacteria is called as colonial form. This is the colonial form, this is the unicellular form, and this is the filamentous form. Okay, and cyanobacteria is arranged in these three forms. And flagella is absent in vegetative phase. In vegetative phase there is no flagellas are present. What is the flagella? What is the flagella? Flagellas are the locomotory organs. This is the bacteria. These are the flagellas. And flagellas are useful for moving of the bacteria from one place to another place. Okay. And flagellas are the locomotory organs of the bacteria. They may be present in some bacteria or absent in some bacteria. Okay, here in vegetative phase there is flagellas are absent, but after reproductive phase the flagellas are present. Okay, and this is about the flagella. And pigments are chlorophyll A. Pigments are chlorophyll A. Which type of pigments are present in the cyanobacteria? Chlorophyll A pigments are present. Chlorophyll A pigments are present. Pigments are, which type of pigments are present? They are chlorophyll A pigments are present. And mostly these are primitive organisms of oxygenic photosynthesis. Oxygenic photosynthetic. Here students, photosynthesis is in the presence of CO2 and sunlight and by using of pigments like chlorophyll, chloroplast. Okay, but here the photosynthesis occur in the presence of oxygen. Hence these are oxygenic photosynthesis. These are the primitive organisms identified where the oxygenic photosynthesis was occurred. These of the cyanobacteria is divided into two types. So this is the cyanobacteria, and inside the cell there is a protoplasm is present. The protoplasm is divided into two types. Protoplasm divides into two types, and what are they? So they are centrally located. They are centrally located centroplasm. Centrally located centroplasm, whereas peripherally located chromoplasm. So this is chromoplasm. It is a cell. Inside the cell there is a protoplasm is present. Protoplasm is divided into two types. The protoplasm is divided into two types: centrally located centroplasm and peripherally located chromoplasm. Here, the centrally located centroplasm is colorless, whereas the chromoplasm is pigmented or colored. And which type of color is present? Green color, because there presence of chlorophyll A pigment is there. There is a chlorophyll A pigment is there. Hence it is green in color. And these chlorophyll pigments are useful for obtaining the sunlight and convert it into chemical energy for preparation of food materials. So this is about the protoplasm. And also there is mostly important thing is organism contain are surrounded by a gelatinous sheath around the bacteria. అంటే చూద్దాం ఎలా ఉంటుందో చూద్దాం. Here it is a cyanobacteria, the diagram of cyanobacteria. So this is the filamentous. These are generally called as Harmogonias. Harmogonias are present. Each filament is called as Harmogonia. And here the gelatinous sheath is made up of which type of material? This is a mucilage. A gelatinous sheath around the bacteria is called as mucilage. It is made up of mucilage. Surrounded by a gelatinous sheath around the bacteria, made up of mucilage. So the bacteria is surrounded by a gelatinous sheath is called as mucilage. And here they forms blooms on polluted water bodies. They forms blooms on polluted water bodies. on polluted water bodies. They form blooms, algal blooms. They are also called as algal blooms. They are also called as algal blooms. ఆల్గల్ బ్లూమ్స్ని ఏమంటారంటే, ఇప్పుడు జనరల్గా వాటర్ పొల్యూట్ అయింది అనుకున్నాము, దాని మీద ఏమొస్తాయి, చిన్న చిన్న బూజులాగా వస్తుంది కదా, దాన్ని ఏమన్నామంట, బ్లూమ్స్ అన్నాం. ఆల్గల్ బ్లూమ్స్. దే ఫార్మ్ ఆల్గల్ బ్లూమ్స్ ఆన్ దేని మీద, పొల్యూటెడ్ వాటర్ బాడీస్. పొల్యూటెడ్ వాటర్ బాడీస్ మీద అవి బ్లూమ్స్ని ఫామ్ చేస్తాయి. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ హార్మగోనియాస్ ఆర్ ద Harmogonias are the filaments present in cyanobacteria. These are called as Harmogonias. These are called as Harmogonias. Each one filament is called as Harmogonia. Each one filament is called as Harmogonia. Harmogonia. And also students, this is the most important bit ఏంటంటే, generally the cyanobacteria are useful for fixation of nitrogen. These are useful for fixation of nitrogen or soil fertility. Useful for soil fertility. That's why the farmers are used cyanobacteria used as fertilizers, biofertilizers. Farmers used cyanobacteria as biofertilizers. For why? Because these are useful for the nitrogen fixation. These are useful for the main uses of cyanobacteria. Main uses of cyanobacteria are they are useful for nitrogen fixation. They are useful for nitrogen fixation and soil fertility. Soil fertility. That's why the farmers are useful for. That's why the farmers are useful for are useful as biofertilizers. Biofertilizers. Please note this, very important. Cyanobacteria are used as biofertilizers. Okay, for why? Because they are useful for nitrogen fixation and soil fertility by the specialized structures heterocysts. Heterocysts are the structures which are useful for the fixation of nitrogen, soil fertility, nitrogen by specialized structures. Heterocyst. Okay, and this is the most important topic. Which type of structures are useful for soil fertility? Heterocysts are useful for soil fertility. Okay, example, nostoc and Anabaena. Nostoc and Anabaena. Already we have a slide in our lab. Okay, we have a slide of nostoc in our lab. We see after starting of classes. Okay, students, please listen carefully. This is the cyanobacteria. The main thing of the cyanobacteria used as biofertilizers because they are useful for soil fertility and nitrogen fixation. Soil fertility and nitrogen fixation. The structures are useful for nitrogen fixation are heterocyst. So this is about the cyanobacteria and other uses and structure of the cyanobacteria we will discuss. Already told, Hormigonias are the filaments. Hormigonias are the filaments or fragments of cyanobacteria. దీంట్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక చిన్న ఫ్రాగ్మెంట్స్ మీన్స్ డివిజన్స్. ఫ్రాగ్మెంట్స్ ఏమన్నాం, ఒక్కొక్క దాన్ని ఒక్కొక్క హార్మోగోనియా. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఎకినిడ్స్ ఆర్ ఫార్మ్డ్ ఆఫ్టర్ asexual reproduction. Echinids are the structures, they like as the cells but not in active. They are the one type of cells but they are not active, so these are called as echinids. Echinids are formed after asexual reproduction. Echinids are formed after asexual reproduction. And the cyanobacteria or blue-green algae or nostoc is used as recycling of nutrients. These are useful for recycling of nutrients. And what are they? Which type of nutrients are recycled by using of this bacteria? This bacteria used as recycling for sulfur and phosphorus and iron and nitrogen. We take these are the as diet, okay, because sulfur, phosphorus and iron and nitrogen, these are the recycled nutrients by the cyanobacteria, okay. And what is the main significance impact? Significance impact means and other uses. Significance means uses. They are also used for preparation of the curd from milk. Preparation of curd from milk and formation of antibiotics and also nitrogen fixation in legume plants. Legume plants, already you know about the nodular roots. Nodular roots are present in groundnut. Some bacteria means rhizobium bacteria is also a type of cyanobacteria. Rhizobium bacteria is also a type of rhizobium bacteria, and these are useful for fixation of nitrogen in legume plants, and it is the main significance of the cyanobacteria, okay. And later some bacteria are saprophytes. Some bacteria are saprophytes or parasites. Some saprophytes are parasites. Already you know about what is meant by saprophyte. Saprophyte means these are depend on dead and decaying of organisms. Dead and decaying, చనిపోయినటువంటి వాటి మీద ఆధారపడితే వాటిని saprophytes అన్నాం. Some bacteria are the saprophytes. Why? Because these are called as saprophytes because they are depend on dead and decaying organisms. And some bacteria are also called as parasites. Why they are called as parasites? Because they are depend on another organisms or another bacteria also. So these are called as parasites. And what is the symbiotic bacteria? Symbiotic bacteria means they are help to each other. If suppose there is a legume plants and symbiotic bacteria is present, the legume plants give the shelter to the bacteria, and this bacteria is useful for fixation of nitrogen to the plant. This is the symbiotic association. And also some bacteria are harmful for the దేనికి harmful, they are అవి నష్టాన్ని కలిగిస్తాయి. దేనికి నష్టాన్ని కలిగిస్తాయి అంటే పంటలకి. harmful for humans and crops and animals also. హ్యూమన్స్కి కానీ తర్వాత పంటలకి కానీ అలాగే యానిమల్స్కి కూడా అవి చాలా నష్టం కలిగిస్తాయి. సో వాటి వల్ల వచ్చేటువంటి కొన్ని డిసీజెస్ చూద్దాం. సమ్ డిసీజెస్ ఆర్ కాజ్డ్ బై సైనోబాక్టీరియా. డిసీజెస్ ఆర్ కాజ్డ్ బై సమ్ సైనోబాక్టీరియా ఆర్ cholera, tetanium. Cholera and tetanium. Tetanium is also a disease. Cholera and tetanium. And citrus canker. Typhoid. Already you know very well about typhoid. So this type of typhoid and cholera. Typhoid and cholera are in human beings. These are the diseases in human beings by cyanobacteria. Okay, and citrus canker is a disease in plants. Okay, so this is about the harmful effects caused by cyanobacteria, and useful effects are curd from milk and antibiotics, preparation of the antibiotics, and also nitrogen fixation of the legume plant. Red color of Red Sea caused by Trichodesmium erythraeum. Trichodesmium erythraeum అనే ఒక సైనోబాక్టీరియా వలన రెడ్ సీ is present in red in color. Why it is called as red sea? Because it is red in color. And what is the reason of the red color? Because of the Trichodesmium erythraeum. It is a cyanobacteria present in the Red Sea. Okay, red algae. It is also called as a red algae. And also, which type of reproduction? Reproduction is present in bacteria is binary fission. Binary fission. So this bacteria is reproduced by binary fission. So this is about the eubacteria and cyanobacteria. Tomorrow we will discuss about the mycoplasma and actinomycetes. Thank you very much.